Get a bloody move on.
Mark 1 Lotus Cortina. This thing is a riot.
No.
Drive carefully. It had a revolutionary twin-cam 1.6-litre engine, which the result was some spectacular performance. The road cars would do 100.
So it was an oversteer mentalist.
Go. God, that looks tricky. Excellent. Very, very quickly here. It's incredible. Speed is the answer.
It was also astonishingly brittle. Autocar mag.
So it was an oversteer mentalist.
No. Look at that for a tidy line.
It was was also astonishingly brittle. Autocar magazine ran one for a year, 29,000 miles, and in that time, it needed 6 rear axles and 3 sets of rear suspension, and probably a whole load of new half shaft as well, because they were made from chocolate. But it didn't matter, because the Lotus Cortina wasn't designed to last a lifetime. It was designed to last about 40 minutes, because that is how long a race lasted.
Back in the early 60s, saloon car racing...
Let's do this.
Just about the most exciting motorsport the world had ever seen.
Go. Damn him. Oh, yeah. Hello, how are you? Drive carefully. Flat out, yep. Quite scary through here. That's it, keep going, keep going. Come on, turn. God, keep your foot in it, man. Ow, God, that looks tricky. There we go, speed up again now.
The massive American Fords would roar down the straight corners. The army of minis would be right back at them. It was beautiful, snarly chaos. But when the dust settled, it was the Lotus Cortina that was doing the winning. It actually won the championship in 1964, and it didn't only shine on the tracks. In 1966, it won the RAC Rally of Britain.
Let's go. For God's sake. What? That will do.
At this point in history, rationing had only just given 64, and it didn't only shine on the tracks. In 1966, it won the RAC Rally of Britain.
Go. Oh, God.
At this point in history, rationing had only just given stone, and the glamorous Cortina caught the mood of the moment perfectly. It was exciting, the first car ever that made the ordinary family man feel special, like he wasn't just a downtrodden cog.
These were the best-selling cars Britain had ever seen by miles.
Get a bloody move on.
Over there was a 1600E, an E in amber gold, just like that. And in it was my dad. And that was impossible.
Here we go!
A few years later,
Get a bloody move on.
Cortina GXL. And I thought, well, that can't be my dad's new car. But it was.
This was the all-new Mark III.
Let's do this.
unfortunately, not all children in Britain
Hurry up!
Be a Cortina. Literally prayed, but it wasn't.
What it was a shoulder-sagging bag of disappointment called the Austin Allegro Estate.
It doesn't even have 4 doors. What was my father thinking? Why did he do that to us? I fell to my childish knees, threw my head back, and I howled at the sky.
Because my dad had the GXL, he got the brake servo and the alternator as
Here we go!
something. But my mate Lonnie, his dad only had an XL, so he was scum. I've never driven one of these before, and to be honest, I never wanted to, because that really would be meeting a childhood hero. I love it, though.
Thanks, even better now, can't you? What about this one? That's it.
Outside of Birmingham then, everyone, young and old, was in love with Ford's four-door saloon. Ford sold a Cortina somewhere in Britain every...
Get a bloody move on.
On the 22nd of July, 1982, Ford pulled the plug. And that was the end of that.
Hurry on!
Now, Ford decided there was only one way to get everybody to fall in love with its new...
Here we go! Go, go, go!
Now, this bit is really scary. Up to speed! Brilliant! It was 1986. Lots. It was 1986. Lots of cars could do 150, but not a Ford. That was madness. BMW and Mercedes could not believe it. This was the gardener coming into the parlour and kicking the Baron's teeth out. To keep the road-going rocket ship pointing mostly in the right direction, it got beefed-up suspension, a limited-slip diff, and its most famous... Coming up next, we moan about the price of things and have this feature. I don't care what you think about me.
care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about me. We're off. Gotta keep the pressure on.
bad mate. You know, the one you absolutely love, but nobody appreciates you hanging around with him.
Let's do this.
While everyone wanted Ford's latest working-class hero, not everyone was prepared to pay for it.
Things got so bad by the early 90s that the Sierra Cosworth was 5.5 times more likely to be stolen than any other car.
Get a bloody move on.
The Sierra Cosworth had done its job, just as the Lotus...
The culls there. You know what I mean, the culls there. Let's see how fast it goes around the Ebola drone. Heartbreaking old lady's house. Back on the power for the blast the substation. Only field of sheep left. Across the line.
That looks great. Looks really exciting.
I was really expecting the full crossed up while crossing over. It does that four-wheel drift thing, same as the Lotus Cortina.
That's what they do.
Anyway, let's see now how quickly Abby got it round the Ebola drome, shall we? Let's find out the time. Oh, quicker than I thought. What?
Well, it's faster than a Lamborghini.
I told you that thing was slow. It's actually slower than a Ford Sierra. But the interesting thing for me there is it's quicker than a Ford Fiesta ST 200, and they both have the same power, don't they? About 200 horsepower.
It is, yeah. I think what that goes to show is, despite all the improvements in suspension and tyres, you can't beat fitting something with a sodding great turbo.
Exactly.
A massive turbo does the job.
Anyway, can I get back to our documentary?
Here we go.
Because in 1993, Ford stopped making the Sierra. And
Let's do this.
Over the years, Richard, James and I have driven almost every car ever made. We've waxed lyrical about many of them, drooling over their styling or their handling. But incredibly, there is only one car that we all like. This one, the Mondeo S. The Estate.
Now we go on to the really fast bit.
You know what I liked? It's the fast version, but it was still comfortable. These seats were great. It still rides well. It doesn't make terrible racket. It's just civilized.
I like the way it was a proper practical estate and a massive boot, and Ford had the sense to give it 5 doors.
I like speed.
Oh, there's fun.
V6 engine, 200 horsepower, 0-67 seconds, top speed 150. He didn't look it, but this was as quick as a Cosworth.
And when they turned it into the ST220 in 2002, it looked right as well. They should have sold these by the million. But there was a problem. This. The first so-called MPV, the Toyota Picnic. In 1996, when it was first introduced, we laughed at it because it seemed so stupid.
I mean, why name a car after something you might do in it? Picnic.
No, they didn't have a Toyota dentist, did they?
The Honda pop to the shops. It's just an ordinary act. It's not even exciting.
The Volkswagen dogging.
It's just a naff thing to do.
And the MPVs kept coming, and leasing a Mercedes got cheaper, and the effect on Ford was astonishing. In 1994, they sold 127,000 Mondeos in Britain. In 2017, that was down to 12,000.
Hurry up!
So, to give this car the send-off it deserves, we've booked Lincoln Cathedral. And invited some like-minded souls to mark the moment of its passing.
Very sad. It's very sad, and it's not the only British motoring institution that's coming to an end. We are. This is not just the last in the series. I mean, sorry, it's the show as you know it is actually ending with, you know, the track, audience, us three, and really badly fitting jackets every week. This is the last one.
It is. It is. And it's sad, but we have been doing it together for 17 years.
Going back in my head, there's the cow on the Camaro.
Yeah.
The indestructible Toyota.
Yeah.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Beach buggies across the dunes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was...
Driving down that ski, I was in there, driving down the ski slope in Colorado. That was one of the best things I've ever done.
It's all been epic. Don't stop.
What?
Don't stop. Carry on.
Well, we do have some good news. We do have some good news. We're not.
Oh.
We're not stopping.
We can't, but we'd have to get jobs.
No, we're not actually stopping.
No, I mean, the truth is, Amazon loves us. We love Amazon, so we'll carry on a bit.
Yeah, we'll stick around. The thing is, as I said, the show as you know it is ending, and that's very upsetting for us. You know, the audience and and this sort of thing and the track. But who'd like to see us doing more big adventures? Yeah. Road trips, specials. Who wants some specials? Yeah.
Thing is, there is.
Thank you.
There's still so much of the world we haven't been to.
So many people I haven't insulted.
So, there are so many cars he hasn't crashed.
Exactly. So, although this is gone, the Grand Tour goes on. It goes on. It goes on.
We are going to need walking sticks and nappies.
No, we are. We are. So while it's not goodbye from us, it is goodbye from this. Anyone want to buy a tent? See you. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.